is not okay. This needs to stop now.
Streamers. You know, I've been seeing a lot of discourse regarding streaming lately, especially with the streaming university and that, and I'm gonna be so real, bro, I did not watch a single second of that shit. Certain mans were obsessing over streaming university, doing in-depth analyses, and thinking that they were Fabrizio Romano or Woj, NK from the 6 to Kai Cenat FC. Here we go, Facebook boy. And I could not doom scroll Instagram without rapping overtime updating me every 2 seconds about the shenanigans that's going on over there. What business do y'all have posting about streamers? Like, bro, just put my Kanye tweet and NBA highlights in the bag, fam. Even 6buzz, the main social media page for all things Toronto, was keeping up with this clip farming camp. YS's. Young streamers. A YS is a little kid who streams all day and spams unfunny clips on Instagram and TikTok, dubbing themselves as the next Kai Cenat, the next Adin Ross, the next Playboy Max, the next insert big streamer here. And I gotta say, bro, calling yourself the next anything, regardless of streaming, is just corny in of itself, cause why do you want to be another grown man? Like, I'm an up-and-coming animator, I get it, and there are animation YouTubers I modeled my game off of. Sure, you're not gonna catch me calling myself the next Yo-Yo 808, the next Stanley Animations, the next Chains for Real. Those guys are anomalies. They some freaks. I mean, Stanley, he's the only animator that's a freak. Timeless Tim and Butcher also, don't forget them, man. They like the big 3 of freaky eye animators. But the main fact is that these YSs fail to realize that majority of big streamers already have a platform before they started streaming. For example, I'm not trying to sound like a riding elitist or anything, but I was a fan of AMP. Before AMP was a thing. Let me explain. So back in the day, mans was heavy into 2K, you know, I was watching all them Joe Knows, Uncle Demi, Peter MC before he sold out, Agent 00 when he was built like Snorlax. Yeah, man was around from back then. Quick ball knowledge test, if you an OG Agent fan, which I'll know about the compromised bed. Agent did 2K meme reviews. I also watched a bit of Duke Dennis because my 2K player build was similar to his stretch playmaker build, and I knew a bit of Davis. Then these brothers decided to do content together, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know they knew each other like that. So it was Agent, Duke, Davis, and a small 2K YouTuber called Phantom. Kristen and Waleed were the editors, so they showed up here and there. Back then, Agent was like the main guy at AMP. Phantom wasn't even built like a deep breath. Duke had no aura. I mean, he was just a regular fella. But one day, they did a basketball vid, like they usually do in AMP. But they had this new guy on the sideline, a small upcoming content creator that was very hyperactive and yelling some bullshit. That was Kai Cenat. Eventually, Kai appeared more and more frequently in AMP's vids, and the point of all this being, this all happened way before any of these guys thought about streaming. They were successful because they built themselves before they started streaming. It's because they had a platform. I'm gonna give you another one. ZS and Bilu, they was doing reaction vids back in the day. Yusuf was doing TikTok before his streaming shit. It's either that or they just got connections, like Rikai. Let's be real, did any of you lot knew about Rikai before he became affiliated with Kai Cenat? Or Reggie? I knew he went viral for the clip of him crashing out for wearing glasses, but still. Dabo is another example. He blew up because he was a huge part of Blackboy Max's community, along with Tay2 Smooth Fat Ass. Shoot, one of the biggest streamers ever is the Nepo Merchant. So back in 2K20, listen, I know a lot of this stems from 2K. The most anticipated match of the year was Bronny versus Ticino, who was the best 2K player at the time. They was running duos, so Ticino had Miles Brown, this kid actor, and Bronny had a relatively unknown streamer. Later after the game, the unknown streamer got the chance to talk to LeBron, and the clip went viral. That unknown streamer was Adin Ross. Obviously got the exceptions like Blackboy Max and IShowSpeed, because quite frankly, no glaze shit, but those guys are geniuses. I used to be a fan of Max back when he was at his parents' crib in Jersey, and what kind of drew me to him was the story times that he did. His just couldn't be ours personality, his community. I think he was one of the first to blow up with the interactive content, like reading his viewers' confessions, doing challenges in his Discord server, helping some of his fans riz, but mainly, his community was wild. Like I said before, Dabo was a huge part of it, and that should kind of paint a picture of what his community was like. The thing is, you just can't start streaming out of the blue in this day and age and expect to blow up, which is why you have all these myyutes posting clips of them dancing like epilepsy victims in the room alone and doing sus shit, because remember guys, sus equals funny, am I right? I guess the first case of this was like a year ago when we was seeing all them IShowSpeed clones, especially White Boy M. Y'all remember him? He basically made a career out of cosplaying IShowSpeed, unnecessarily overreacting. Instead of glazing Ronaldo, he glazes Messi, which I mean, valid glaze. But I remember Gideon got him on the call and tried to lecture him about him changing his ways. And nowadays, yeah, but I don't even know what my man's doing. Oh, he's one of those creators. Shit. But fast forward to more recent times, we got this kid who claims to be the next Adin Ross, Elijah. Now, I got a bone to pick with this guy, because all his Instagram is him posting the same 5 clips, mixed with some clips of Adin Ross, with the occasional Adin Ross glaze on top of that. And then when you tap into one of his streams, age happened. I'd rather watch Manchester United play football than 90 minutes of this brother streaming. That's how you know he's some ass. I'm actually giving my man credit where credit is due, because I saw this one clip from him where this Dunny put a cutaway mid-stream. I mean, just look at this.
It makes sense, because like, look at what happened to Adin Ross. son, I promise you, you have a lot of success coming your way.
Okay, but Dad, how do you know? How do you know? Oh.
Like, I just cook, bro. I'm not Jewish. I'm not Jewish.
It's not funny, but it's creative. It's not funny, but it's creative. Imagine more streamers use cutaways in their streams. That's something I'm trying to see, not gonna lie. Okay guys, so what we're gonna do is that Duke will walk in nonchalantly, and after he says type shit, you start hysterically laughing, okay? Alright, in 3, 2, 1, action. Type shit. My advice to this guy would be, shoot, I don't know, get a job, please. This next bird I'm finna talk about, Mahir the Menace. He's not a streamer, but just a content creator in general. I don't know how to describe it, but you know when rage bait or cringe bait is just so bad that it ends up making you mad? Not mad, but like this facial expression. Well, this is what I feel like watching this Haiwan. On TikTok, he calls himself the Indian I Show Speed, and it's obviously cringe bait what he's doing. It's just that it's so bad, it's not even cringe. It's just, why the f would you even post it to begin with? But what initially got my attention is him going on Piss Gauch's stream, trying to rage bait him. And what actually inspired this video is when this Hasib from SDS FaceAss says,
always wanted to be another man.
After he called himself,
Bro, I'm Indian I Show Speed on TikTok.
And this brings me to my culminating point. Stop marketing yourself as the next Kai Cenat, the next Duke Dennis. Just be yourself. This kind of parasocialism needs to end, fam. And like I said with streamers that started from nothing like Max and Speed, it's because them men were original. They were creative. How can you be original when your life's purpose is to cosplay another man? And whilst on the topic of streamers, Streamer University, despite me hating, that was a hit, I can't lie. But it got me thinking, bro. Well, I'm trying to see Animator University, fam. Maybe in the future when I reach 100k, or if any of the big animators right now are watching this, Yo-Yo, Chains for You, Young Don, Maple Star, okay, not that last one. They gotta set it up or something. Animator University 2026, inshallah. Anyways, that's gonna be the vid. Y'all know the drill. Sub up if you fuck with me, fuck off if you don't. And with that said...